the question says there are three machines, and the machines are an application of the moment of a force. So whenever you think we see this word, you think of turning effect of force. Turning effect of force. Then you come to the definition. The definition is that it is it is the uh, defined as the product of the force applied and the perpendicular distance from the pivot to the point of action of the force. Now, what do you mean here? How does this apply here? So it says uh, the turning effect of force. Who's applying the force? There are many forces on this. There is a force here. There is a force here which has the weight of this body. There is a force here which the girl is pulling up. I'll call this F. There is a force here because of action and of the reaction force of the ground on the body. Obviously, everybody, there is an action and reaction happening. Action and reaction happening. That means if the ground is applying a force on the wheelbarrow, and the wheelbarrow is also applying a force on the ground. Similarly, if the girl is lifting it up, the wheelbarrow is pushing down the girl. If the weight is being pulled by the earth, the wheelbarrow is actually pulling up the earth. But we don't consider all these forces because these forces are not on the wheelbarrow, they are on somebody else. Right now, we are only considering the forces which are being acting on the wheelbarrow. Okay. So, so these are the only forces, the relevant forces. Each has a turning effect, but each has a turning effect. But if you look at from the point of view of this girl, this girl's force is having this F is having a moment. Now, the definition said the product of force into the perpendicular distance of the line of action of the force, line of action of the force from the pivot. Now, be very careful. I will, the pivot is there, okay? The line of action is here, right? It's not the force. He's talking of the line of action of the force. The distance is this, the perpendicular distance. Don't consider any other distance. All right. So it's good. If I'm calling this x, then the moment of F will be F into x. No other distance. All right. Similarly, the moment of W will be if I again the line of action of the of W is this. So this distance, let it be y. So the line of action of W, the moment of W, that means this also has a moment. So it's going to be W into y, and these will be balanced because they are in equilibrium. The body is not rotating. That means this girl is trying to pull it here, turn it here, and this is going to turn it down. This is like doing it in anti-clockwise direction and doing in clockwise direction. So they are balancing each other. Understand? So if this is moment, so this is quite obviously a case of moment. So one works, that means one is moment. What about here? What about this? Well, the screwdriver. Now, again, you're applying a force, but you have to get the feel. If you look at this from the hand is covering it. So this is a screwdriver handle, right? It's something like this, right? So when you rotate it, what you do is like you rotate a cap of a bottle. If you actually apply a force here and you apply a force here, you kind of tend to, if you ever opened a bottle, you will see that you apply forces on both directions. Similarly to with the screwdriver. And again, so where's the pivot now? The pivot is here. So So what's the line of action of the force? Like say this force is this from the pivot. The pivot is here. So you kind of see the perpendicular. This is the perpendicular. There's the center, okay? And the center is right aligned with this. So is this distance, okay? This distance. And for this force also, this distance, because the pivot is here and the perpendicular distance we have to see, okay? The perpendicular distance. So this is again moment. What about this? This is so is what are you doing? You are trying to turn it one this side, the other this side, or the other way around while cutting a square. You just try to. And is it pivoting about something? Yes, it is pivoting about this. And so it's up, you are applying a force, and there's a perpendicular distance from the pivot, and this is also moment. So all the three were moment. So this was the answer. The main thing is you get a feel of the force, get where the pivot is, then the line of action of the force, and the perpendicular direction. Four things you have to find. One, where is the force? Two, where is the pivot? Three, where is the line of action of force? Not the force, the line of action. And four, the perpendicular distance from the pivot of the line of action of the force. I've tried to make them. I will subsequently make them in all the drawings. And you have to draw this after the class.